And leading the pack is the Brown University women's crew. Hailing obviously from Providence. They started first, given their position last year, and they're really holding a tight line on those buoys. Really couldn't be better. And then having moved quite smartly in the orange jerseys with the orange blades is the University of Virginia. They've moved up through both boats number 2 and number 3, which means we'd have to call them in the lead at this point over the strong Brown crew. Yes. And then next in the Whitehall and the Philippi is a Riverside Boat Club, closely challenged by the Radcliffe crew. It's got the inside mark. We don't see it looks as if there's now clear water here, so but they'll both be struggling through the Elliott Street Bridge, looking for that inside turn coming up at Belmont Hill. And then on the Cambridge side in the pink is Princeton. The Princeton crew with that bright orange, iridescent orange, and the number 6 crew being the Don Rowing Club from Canada. And Don seems to be moving now, having caught up probably 3 or 4 lengths on this Princeton crew. So there are your first 6 boats, substantially ahead of the next group, which we now see just rounding the Cambridge Bend. So we've seen boats 1 through 6 pass, and now we have boat 9 from Yale University. Clearly, they've moved through 7 and 8, and also must be in contention to win this race. No? Did that? Yeah. And here we are with number 7, Penn AC from the Schuylkill. Is in hull number 7 with the black jerseys and the white boat. Another good line here. Coxon steering a great course. It makes so much difference depending on where you are relative to the orange buoys. If you're in the outside, as we see 2 boats here coming up, it really makes a big difference. On the inside is boat number 13 from Vesper, another Philadelphia club. Yep. And number 10, a little bit on the outside, is the New York Athletic Club, NYAC. And then behind them is the Naval Academy. And behind them is number 11, the University of Massachusetts, one of Jim Dietz's crew out there at the University of Massachusetts. So we see 13 going through the bridge now, having made a significant move on both the crews, number 10, number 8, and number 11, having passed them through the early course of this race. And then another gap as we look back to a crew with white and blue blades. And we'll soon be able to see the back of the bowman and therefore the number of the boat being obscured by the coxswain here. And it's number 12, the College of the Holy Cross from Worcester. And on the inside is crew number 16, Brock University Rowing Club from St. Kitts, St. Catharines. And they've got a nice line. And with a bow number of 16, they've moved through a number of boats. So we're seeing here some of the boats in the back of the pack doing very well, having come up and rowed through some of their slower competitors. And here comes the crew from the University of Rochester in the blue hull and the yellow jerseys, and followed by a crew in the 18th slot, and that is the University of Notre Dame. And right behind Notre Dame is Lake Merritt Rowing Club from Oakland, California. 18 having moved through number 14, 16, and maybe even 17. Yeah. 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 Good point. The next boat up, taking a bit of a wide line, but now turning smartly with the orange blades, is St. Mary's College of California. It's St. Mary's is 20 miles east of San Francisco and call themselves the Gales, and they finished second in the Club 4 last year, and here they are in the championship event. And behind them in the green-white blades is Dartmouth College. And behind them is boat number 20, the University of Texas at Austin. No, we did 17. Yeah. I think that's it. So that's it for the championship women's fours. It's going to be hard to tell from our vantage point who won that race because there was a lot of movement from the back of the pack moving up through the other boats, and they could stand a very good chance of winning. You don't have to start first in this race to win this race. And the draw is based a bit on last year's performance and then by lottery. So you can have very good crews in the rear of the fleet that have every bit of chance to win as the boats that start in the front of the fleet. Next up is the championship men's 8, and I think they're probably on the course now, but we'll be about 5 or 6 minutes before we see the big boats. And in the meantime, let us give you a few of the performances a little earlier today, and specifically we have event number 38, the Youth Fours, the Women's Youth Fours, and that was won by the Connecticut Boat Club in a time of 18:51. Followed 2 seconds behind by the Marina Aquatic Center junior rowing team, and then by a crew from Manhasset. Fourth was South Niagara Rowing Club,